Breaking news coming in, viewers. In Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur, Pakistan's drone attack bid to target the Northern Command army facilities and general area was foiled. According to sources, all drones were successfully intercepted and they were shot down.
In Delhi, Defence Ministry meet is underway as well. Defence Minister is chairing a meeting with the Armed Forces Chiefs and the CDS to review Operation Sindoor. This is the latest that we're getting at the moment.
Again, repeating for you viewers, Pakistan's drone attack bid to target Northern Command army facilities and general areas was successfully foiled. According to sources, all drones were successfully intercepted and they were shot down.
In Delhi as well, the Defence Ministry meeting is underway. The Defence Minister is chairing a meeting with the Armed Forces Chiefs, the CDS, of course, to review Operation Sindoor. For more on this, we're now being joined by a special correspondent, Idris Loan, who's joining us from Srinagar. We also have with us our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal. Thank you both for joining us. Idris, what can you tell us? Pakistan's drone attack bid to target Northern Command Army facilities and the general area has been foiled. What's the latest on this?
Also, Idris, as you had mentioned earlier when we were live with you, you mentioned of the cross-border ceasefire violations with heavy shelling, which started at about 9 p.m. last night. And 9 p.m. is exactly around the same time when those swarm of drones came towards Jammu, they came towards Udhampur and towards Pathankot. And around 11 p.m., the BSF thwarted an infiltration attempt. It seems to have happened at multiple fronts. Pakistan is really going all out. Idris, I'll need to. Are you able to hear me? Because we're unable to get your audio clearly at this point. All right, we'll try to reconnect with Idris over there. He's in a low connectivity zone over there for obvious reasons at this point. Let us now cut across to our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, you've been tracking these developments very, very closely. You were the first to report to us also about the sources suggesting that the Akash Tir air defense system, India's indigenous, which has commonly been known as India's indigenous Iron Dome as well, that was used, and the visuals last night suggest that India successfully, with 100% accuracy, thwarted those swarms of drones coming towards India from Pakistan. Give us anything more that you can share at this point on the developments.
Well, the situation remains delicate. It has been a pretty long night. The Indian armed forces have confirmed that the Pakistani armed forces launched multiple attacks using drones and other ammunition across the entire western border. And we know that Pakistan has been resorting to the violation of the line of control. There have been drone attacks which have been repulsed by the Indian forces. And it looks like there is a cycle which is being started by the Pakistani side, a major cycle of escalation by the Pakistani side. This is something that is unprecedented in many ways. We also know that many countries across the world have been reaching out. In fact, we know that the Saudi minister, the junior foreign minister, was present in Delhi yesterday and held talks as well. And we also know that how this is being closely monitored as well. Now, diplomatically, the action we know has been happening for a pretty long time, but now the focus has majorly shifted to the military part of the entire development. We know the blackouts which have been happening at the border areas from north to west. Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan, the border areas have been impacted. We're waiting for more details. I do expect at some point in the day today there will be a briefing, just like yesterday. The Foreign Secretary briefed the media, and also how the operation was launched yesterday by India in terms of making sure that the air defense system of Lahore is neutralized. But it looks like this is a developing situation and a very fast developing situation.
A very fast developing situation, correctly said, Siddhant. Thanks so much for getting us the latest on that. Let's quickly try to reconnect with Idris Loan now. Idris, if you were able to hear me earlier, there seems to have been a multi-front attack from Pakistan. What we saw last night at 11 p.m, we saw that the BSF foiled an infiltration attempt at the Sambha district. 9 p.m. as you shared with us earlier is when the ceasefire violation started again last night with heavy shelling, and around that same time we saw those swarms of drones coming towards India. It all happened pretty much around the same window of time. Give us more.
Well, absolutely, Shivin. We've seen from the last 14 nights Pakistan violating the ceasefire. From the last 2 nights, they were using heavy mortar shelling. But it was all happening during midnight time, at least around 12 to 1 in the morning. But last night, what we saw, that everything was carried out at exact same time, whether it was the infiltration bid, whether it was the ceasefire violation, or the drone attack that was carried out by the Pakistan Army. Everything was happening at the same time. While the Jammu city was under attack by those drones, we saw at a similar time there was ceasefire violation at multiple places, not only in the Jammu division but also in the northern part of Kashmir. There was massive mortar shelling in the Uri sector, Baramulla sector and Kupwara sector as well. One lady died in that mortar shelling by the Pakistan Army in the Uri sector, while one woman was injured and she was shifted to the hospital. There's been massive damage to the houses of the local population, which lives very close to the line of control in the northern part of Kashmir. And similarly, in the Jammu division as well, we saw there was ceasefire violation in Aknoor, in Poonch, in Samba, and then there was infiltration bid foiled by the security forces as well. So it was very well planned that they wanted to basically engage the Indian armed forces at every place, not only on the line of control, but the attack that was being carried on the armed army installations across Jammu city also. We were told that the targets were all the security installations as well as the Jammu airport. That is why after the attack, we saw that the whole Union territory, Jammu and Kashmir, was put under blackout. There was alert in Srinagar as well. Srinagar airport was put on high alert. There were air sirens all across Kashmir as well as Jammu division. People were advised by the authorities that they should stay indoors, especially in the ground floors, and not venture out. There was a lot of rumor mongering also going on, and Jammu and Kashmir police had put out an advisory saying please don't spread anything that is not verified, because there was a lot of panic among the people for at least 4 to 5 hours. At around.
Yes, Idris, thanks so much for getting us the latest. We'll reconnect with you to get the better understanding of what exactly is transpiring on that front. It's been made clear that Pakistan is targeting civilian and military installations in India, whereas India's response was measured and calculated and non-escalatory towards Pakistan as part of Operation Sindoor, only targeting terror infrastructure. And this is the response which has now come from Pakistan, only escalating it further.